Hey everyone, I'm Brooklyn,
And I am Ambry,
and we're business partners.
but we are also sisters.
We're here today to talk to you about starting and running a successful online business, mostly to support you in finding more financial freedom.
But also location and time freedom.
Awesome. First, we want to share with you our background and our stories to starting and running these online businesses. And second, we want to offer you some real takeaway, the actual how-to behind what running an online business looks like every single day.
We want to share with you some inspiration and motivation to show you that starting and running an online business isn't as hard as you think.
And it's for everyone.
It is for everyone.
Awesome, let's go. So I started my business about a year and a half ago. At the time, we were both living in Hawaii, and as a lot of you probably know, Hawaii is expensive, so that means you have to work a lot to afford living there. I was teaching yoga and working retail and spending essentially all my time at work just so I could afford my rent, my utilities, my car bill, all of it. It got to a point where I realized I really wasn't happy. I was completely trading my hours for dollars, and it didn't feel like an adequate compensation for the work that I was putting in. And I knew as an individual I wasn't reaching my full potential. I didn't feel like I had much of a purpose. To piggyback onto that, with all of that sad story, just not being able to have the time to surf or dive or hike to a waterfall because I was so busy working didn't make sense to me. I was living in this beautiful place literally so that I could enjoy it, and here I was not able to enjoy it. That was the time when I knew I needed a massive change, and I needed to just pull the rug out from under me if I wanted anything different, right? Nothing changes unless you do. So I booked a one-way ticket to Greece, and I figured I would just give it a shot. I'd never been, I went completely alone, and I don't speak Greek, but I figured what could go wrong. My ticket to leave was just a few weeks from that date of purchase, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to get by once I was there because savings weren't really my thing. I knew I could bartend, I could nanny, I could see myself in all these roles I was essentially already in, but then I realized I would still be stuck. It didn't matter if the location was changing, if I was being exactly the same, doing the exact same things. I wasn't going to prosper, I wasn't going to build or grow, and I wasn't going to have that freedom that I really wanted. So that's when I came across the Breakaway Movement. I knew that building my online business would be this way to have the reins in my hands, to have complete control over my own life, what I did and when and where I did it and how I did it. And that felt exhilarating, even though I was kind of broke. I knew that, if not now, when? There's no time like the present, and if I wanted that change, I had to be the change. So the little bit of money I had left, I invested into starting and running an online business, and I got on that plane to Greece, not really knowing how it was gonna go. I truly put myself in a sink or swim position, but I knew so badly I was ready to swim. So I worked super hard, and it blossomed in the most beautiful way. All this while, my family was a little skeptical, especially our parents. They really didn't know what I was doing or why, and it kind of scared them, understandably. About 4 months into my business and my parents being unsupportive, I just said, sit back, watch, let me do me, and I'll show you. And at that 4-month mark, both of our parents were like, yeah, sign me up. We also want to have an online business as we start to move and phase into retirement. We want an alternate stream of income to support our family, and it's working so well for you. Please teach us. And that was really cool for me as their child to teach them. It felt awesome. At that stage, just a few months after my parents starting and building their online business, they came to my sister. Do you want to share your story?
Yeah. So my parents came to me and Brooklyn as well, and they told me that they wanted me to sign up and they wanted me to invest in this because as a recently graduated employed person, I wasn't making much money and I didn't really know how I was going to afford my next step in life, which was going to grad school. So they told me they thought that starting an online business would be very smart, and I did. It was a way for me to build an an alternate stream of income because I still had a full-time job and I wanted to keep a full-time job. But that was just a way to help me, be able to pay my rent and not be worried to pay bills and, buy good food for myself and not have to worry about going into debt or not having enough money to support myself. So that was the first reason why they wanted me to do it. The second reason was I am going to grad school in August. Yay!
Congrats!
Thank you. I recently just got my acceptance letter, so that's awesome. But as you guys know, grad school is not cheap. I mean, neither is undergrad. School is very, very expensive. So this is a way for me that I can focus on my studies and build my passions within my career and my studies and be able to pay for my tuition, be able to pay for my rent, and not have to worry about, having another full-time job and not being able to also focus on my school.
As you can see, we were both in really different positions when we started our online businesses. I was unemployed and taking off on a wild adventure, and Ambry was employed but in between undergrad and graduate school. However, we were both able to make this opportunity fit to us and our needs to propel us forward towards our dreams and goals. With that, we now want to dive into the how behind our why and show you what it takes to run an online business.
So grab a pen and a piece of paper to take some notes about what it takes to start your online business.
All right, guys, we're going to share our 3 top tips now for starting and running a successful business online. These tips are 1, automation, 2, high-ticket items, and 3, selling on social media. Let's start with automation. What is it? Automation is probably a word you've heard floating around the internet without having any real idea what that might mean. So let's explain it. Automation is the process of leveraging intelligent systems to run your business for you. With Breakaway Movement, we see intelligent systems in our sales funnels, our web classes, which you're a part of right now, our target advertising, and our education and integration. With our sales funnels, this is something that we do not have to sit and wait and watch to make sure it's working right. They're set up to run, and just like they sound, they funnel people right through to the sale. Our web classes, as I'm sure you have realized, are pretty user-friendly, guiding you through the process and teaching you what you need to know. Our target advertising helps us only work with our ideal clients and cutting out any of the middlemen or anyone that might not be a great fit. And lastly, our education and our integration help out our new member process by teaching everyone exactly what they need to know and giving us a break from the hard work. Right, so how does automation work? Automation works by utilizing systems that run in the background while you sleep, are offline, or generally enjoying your day-to-day life. This could look like a different career or job that you're passionate about, being there for your family, putting your health first, or even hopping on a 10-hour long-haul airplane flight where your phone will be in airplane mode and you quite literally couldn't even work if you wanted to. On top of this, automation also works by taking the pressure off of organizing. With software that runs your ads to your target audiences and keeps track of your leads' names and contact information, the pressure to organize, remember, and plan has been erased. And lastly, it works by allowing you to work smarter, not harder. Working solely with a target audience that makes sense to your personal brand is what we want for you. An example would be if you were a yoga teacher, you probably wouldn't want to spend all of your energy on marketing to people that hate exercise or hate yoga. It would be awesome to turn them onto it, but that's a lot of effort. Your dollar is going to get a much higher return when you focus your efforts on marketing to people that are already interested in yoga. This is the same thing that our systems allow you to do. And lastly, why does automation work so well? 10 minutes of work can run your business for the standard 8-hour workday or longer, so that you can step away from your computer and put your life first for once. Computers are smarter than humans, so it's time that we leverage it. Instead of knocking on 100 doors of strangers that may or may not be interested in your business and spending an entire day doing this, you could instead run targeted ads to millions with the power of your smartphone or your laptop. Just the same, you also have access to social media, allowing you to create free marketing campaigns that are on the most trafficked parts of the internet today. And lastly, automation works so well because of the streamlined experience it creates, not only for you as a business owner, taking the hassle and stress away and replacing it with ease, but also and especially for your future clients, team members, and purchasing demographic. They are going to appreciate a succinct and streamlined, aka direct, process more than anyone else, therefore placing them in the right position to commit to future steps with you.
Our second tip for starting and running an online business is selling high-ticket items. So what are high-ticket items? They are high-priced products that offers the buyer a higher value and allows the seller to make a high commission with every sale. Everyone is selling something. Whether you work at a restaurant, a clothing store, or an office job, the company relies on those sales. A lot of people work for a job that A, they are not passionate about, B, they need to work hard at for someone else, or C, sells something that is not aligned with their values because it's unsustainable or unethical. By selling high-ticket items that we value and love and use in our daily life, we are able to create an abundant income for ourselves by promoting a product that we stand behind. Our favorite high-ticket item. We share an in-home water ionizer. This is a product that we love and use in our day-to-day lives. This product promotes long-term health and wellness for yourself and your loved ones. It promotes sustainability and helps reduce the global plastic epidemic. And it promotes financial well-being by making a full-time income online that allows you to create your life by design. By sharing a product that we already use in our everyday life and couldn't imagine living without, our passion is the catalyst for selling it. While the high compensation behind the business plan allows us to experience true wealth and abundance, we are also bridging the gap between making money and feeling good about doing so. Why selling high-ticket items is more efficient. We love to sell high-ticket items because of the large commission we make. We make anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 per sale. This is why we choose to work smart and not hard. Now imagine selling low-ticket items and only making $20 to $100 per sale. You would have to sell anywhere between 100 to 500 products a month to make 5 figures or even a full-time income. With selling high-ticket items, we are able to make a full-time income and more by only selling a handful or less of high-ticket products monthly. We are all about making the most out of your time. Using this business model, we are able to work when we want to and spend more time doing things we love.
Our third and final tip for starting and running an online business is the power of selling on social media, essentially how to leverage the most trafficked parts of the internet today. So what is selling on social media? We obviously use social media to make a full-time income online by marketing and sharing a product that we love. The thing is, everyone has access to social media, but very few know how to use it like a business. Instead of using social media to consume content, getting trapped in that scroll hole, we like to leverage our time to create valuable content that will benefit others while also earning us an income and helping us close sales. With selling on social media, we also want to compare and contrast it with door-to-door or brick-and-mortar sales. The thing is, with a physical in-person business, you can only connect with so many people at a time. You're generally working one-on-one unless you can hire a whole team of people, but even still, you and even your team can only really be in one place at a time. Your income is largely dependent on that time that you spend going door-to-door or working face-to-face. And lastly, no one likes to feel pressured to sell something to their friends and family. If you're working in the community that you reside within or within driving distance from it, you're likely to have some connections that might make you feel uncomfortable in a sales situation. If you can only access so many people in person and door to door or even brick and mortar in one day, then leveraging social media for sales gives you instant access to millions of consumers at the comfort of your fingertip. All in all, it's a much larger time optimization for your money. So how does it work? We want to outline a couple go-tos for what selling on social media looks like in our businesses every day. The first is promoting our products. We're able to reach thousands, if not more, of people all around the world at the same time, which means that one post could count as one in-person sales conversation, but you don't have to repeat it times 100 because it already conveniently exists in the social feed of thousands. You can also create and leverage your social media to advertise organically and build your audience. Plus, we'll teach you how. And of course, we can run targeted ads via these social media platforms to hundreds, if not millions, all around the globe. Like we covered earlier as well, you want to optimize the people that you're working with. So instead of selling something to someone who's not interested at all, putting in a ton of extra effort there to quote unquote convince them, you can work with an audience that is already intrigued and interested by what you're doing, making the sale that much easier. And lastly, you can utilize systems that already act as the highest traffic parts of the internet today. Essentially, you're expanding your community bulletin board times 1,000. In the United States alone, adults are already using social media 5 to 8 hours a day. That's essentially a full-time job. So if we're going to be doing that, why not treat it like one? And lastly, how do we leverage this? Time freedom is our first concept. Using the power of social media to market and grow a business takes the time pressure off of your workday and allows you to get the word out more efficiently with less effort. Those being the key words: more efficient, less effort, really driving home the concept of less is more. Second is a larger audience. Like we spoke on earlier, as a single person, you can only get so far in a set period of time. That's just how being a human works. But using the internet to market and share a business online, you have an access to thousands, if not millions, around the world with the click of a few buttons. And of course, target marketing, taking that larger audience and giving it purpose. Instead of blasting your business, your product, or your service out to people that are uninterested and unengaged, you can get highly specific and market to individuals already intrigued by what you're doing, automatically making the sale that much easier to close. So let's wrap things up and review our 3 tips for starting and running a successful online business. The first is automation. Again, less is more. Utilize systems that can run your business in the background while you enjoy life's many other priorities. Next is high-ticket items. Work smarter, not harder, and make higher commissions by promoting a high-ticket product that you love and use daily. And lastly, the power of selling on social media. Expand your business's reach and sales by utilizing the highest traffic parts of the internet today.
As you can see, our top 3 tips for starting an online business are simple on the surface, but become more complex when we dive into them, even more so than this video can cover. This is why we strongly encourage you guys to sign up for the Breakaway Movement training. This is a training that we've been through, as well as our 3,000 plus colleagues. In these videos, we teach you step by step how to start and run an online business from the ground up, no experience necessary.
We see now more than ever with recent global events and societal shifting that having an alternate stream of income is not only a perk, but a necessity. It is the norm to have one stream of income based on your employer. But when push comes to shove, this can put many of us in a vulnerable and even insecure position. We know that there are people like myself who desire that 180-degree career change, but we know there are a lot more of you that are like Ambry and love your career path, but would also love and appreciate an alternate stream of income to support yourself and the people around you in a time of need or in times of good.
Thanks for watching this video, and we hope to see you guys in the training.
Thank you guys. See you soon.